I wanted to talk to you about circles. Now, in the beginning of our group today, we wound up doing a check-in during the circles. Check-ins can be used for so many different things in the classroom, and what the circles do is they give each child the opportunity to share something. Now, you can pass if it's your turn and you really don't know. I try to not encourage that. I often in my class have them phone a friend, and they can put their fingers to their ears like this, and then if another person knows an answer, they can put their hand like this so the person knows to call on them, and then they have a phone conversation, and then that person whose turn it was will say if they want to share that answer or not with the group. And so that works out, because at least then they're participating and they are a part of the group. But what also happens in circles is you can get a whole lot of information that you wouldn't normally get from the class. Like I've done circles, just check-ins on how you're feeling today, and then we could talk about how that relates to what we're learning about, like what artist we're talking about. So if I was like starting a lesson with Picasso, I would say there are times when you can tell how Picasso felt by looking at his paintings. You could see his mood, and so it's interesting to be able to get that information and translate that to whatever it is that you're doing in your classroom. I only checked in earlier on what activities you've done in the past where you've used circles in your lives. So what I'm hoping is that you as a group could think about how you could use circles in your classrooms to help your lessons. How could you add things? Like try to use specific examples, so that way people that are your team teachers could possibly say, oh yeah, we could possibly do that in my classroom. That sounds like a great idea for that activity. So I'm going to give you a bulletin board. So just make a list as many different things. I personally, in the art room, I use circles for critiques. I use circles to help students decide things that they could add to their artwork that might show another student's personality. I use circles for finding out like what they want to do next week, like if they have a plan for a project to share out. And it's good for a student-guided learning that way, because you are getting feedback from the kids. So there's a whole lot of things that you can do in circles. It doesn't always have to be a check-in, and it doesn't always have to be the check-out. But what I would like for you to do is, as I said, come up with a really great list of all different things that you know would work best in your classroom using circles. And also, I'm putting you guys in charge of the checkout, the closeout circle that we have. We don't have to move the chairs again. We can just stand in a circle, and we could do a quick checkout of one word, or we could do a checkout for any kind of question that you would want to gather information from the crowd about. Okay? All right, thanks. Good luck. Bye.